YouTube, what up? It's your boy, Youngwavy, forever. So I've been getting a lot of questions. Yes, I get a lot of questions. A lot of questions though. How to change my wave pattern? Do I have to start over to change my wave pattern? Can I change my wave pattern while my hair is long? Is my progress gonna mess up? You know? So we're gonna get into little details. I'm gonna give my insight on that. So basically, let's start off. If you've already started a pattern, you have a progress, and you plan on changing your pattern, to answer that question, yes, your progress will get messed up, depending on the other pattern you're trying to achieve and how much far off that pattern is compared to the pattern you already have. So yes, in some cases you will mess up the pattern or progress that you've already started. My recommendation when changing your pattern, because I tried to do the 360, get the back going straight down before I slanted it back, and my pattern was crossing, basically like I was going against or brushing against the growth of my natural hair pattern, basically. Not my wave pattern, but my hair growth, So what I recommend to you guys that are trying to change your pattern, or females trying to change your pattern, is to start out with a low cut. Why I say low cut, it past whatever wavelength. Basically, you want to cut your curls out. You want to cut your curls. Everybody has a starting point where their hair naturally is just straight before it begins to curl. So some people, at certain lengths their hairs begin to curl. At certain low lengths, that's when your hair is basically straight before it actually forms that first curl, which we brush, lay down, and it forms a wave pattern. So basically you want to cut your curls out. You want to cut your hair down as low. Obviously your scalp probably will be showing at this length. And basically whatever pattern you are trying to achieve, you basically with that foundation have to lay your hair and brush your hair in that direction and train it to go in that direction first before the actual curl forms. Reason being is just like with my swirl, if I cut my hair down real low, probably to like a 1 or lower than a 1, my hair will lay in that direction, which my natural growth is actually in that swirl, but not too much enhanced in that swirl. Basically, me brushing basically enhanced the look. But if I didn't brush my hair as much as I did, wasn't into the wave thing like that, my hair would actually have that swirl look, but not as defined as it looks with the waves. So basically, you want to get your hair trained at that low length to go in the direction of the pattern you're trying to achieve. So this way, once your hair begins to get the length and form that curl, and by you brushing, moisturizing, compressing, and doing all that stuff to lay it down, the curl will lay down from in that direction. So basically, the hair that's coming out of your scalp is going to be trained to go in the direction that you're brushing it. Remember, that first layer, the first growth, that straight growth, is the foundation. That what puts your waves in position, basically, and in the direction you want it to go. So basically, this is why I recommend you start from a low cut. Cut your curls out. If you have to cut low to the point where you have no more waves, best thing to do, train your hair from there. First you want to make sure you do, I would do the 1-2 combo like I told you guys. 1 week you get a haircut, the next week you get a shape up, next week you get a haircut. This way you keep it at that length where you're just training it to lay down in the direction you want it to go. Once you feel you have that foundation, you have your hair laying in that direction, you may not have waves because you may not have curls at this point, but then once you begin to grow it and gradually grow it, it begins to form the curl. At whichever stage your hair begins to curl, it begins to form that curl, and then you just keep going from there. You keep brushing consistently in that same pattern, that same pattern, so this way consistent, putting the brush in the same place. You want to start from your crown, full strokes from your crown to your hairline. Don't do choppy strokes, don't stop short, don't start from the middle of your head. Start always from your crown. You want to brush everywhere. You don't just want to brush certain sections, because I also get questions where, oh, how come you have waves all over your head? That's because I brush from my crown out. I don't stop short. I don't start in the middle of my head and brush hair. No, I start from my crown and I come all the way to my hairline. So basically, that's a couple tips, you could take if you have any more questions or need any more in detail descriptions on what to do. Hit my inbox, comment this video. That's just basically it. I'm not gonna say changing your pattern is something easy. You're gonna go through that period of time where it's gonna seem as though, oh, my hair is not waving. And what else you have to take into consideration? Your natural growth pattern, and the wave pattern you're trying to achieve. If your hair grows one way and you're trying to achieve a certain wave pattern that doesn't coexist with the natural growth of your hair, you may not be able to achieve that pattern. So, everything, like I said, is trial and error. You try it out. If it doesn't work for you, you move on to the next. That's just basically it. But once again, hit me up. You got any questions, any more in detail insights you need, holla at me. It's your boy, Youngwavy. Forever.